There we go, we are recording indeed. Indeed we are. Yes, yes, yes. Happy New Year, everybody. We are now into 2018 in the UK. Everybody charge your glasses, it's going to be a good one, I reckon. So, this is going to be off the cuff, like every video I bloody do, but oh well, there you go. I only put my hoodie on because I thought I was going to get outside and watch fireworks. We don't really get that many. I mean, you can hear them in the background, but there's not many going off. But I thought I'd use this to make a nice long video. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry you have to look at this face for a long time. But I thought I'd use this time to sort of go over a couple of things that have happened in 2017, things we're looking forward to in 2018, and just ideas and plans. And I thought I'd share them, really. That's what I do. So if you need to, get yourself a nice drink, maybe a coffee, maybe a tea, or a very nice stiff Jack Daniels and Coke like I've got here. Whatever you decide to drink, maybe a nice beer, I don't know. But tell you what, I'm going to start with some games, I reckon. Games in 2017 that I personally played and I want to personally talk about and give my thoughts on them. So I'm going to start, I've got a pile over here. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to put the pile of games just next to my computer here, and I'm just going to pick up a random one and just talk about it. So I'm just going to reach down. There it is. Let's talk about this one here. Oh dear. That's a bad way to start. Sonic Forces. Okay. Sonic Forces. Well, how can I describe this one? It's a Sonic game. That's all you need to know. It's a Sonic game. Obviously, you've got the usual characters. You've got Sonic, you've got Classic Sonic, you've got Knuckles, and you've got this new Edgelord Infinite. Basically, what happens is that Sonic is fighting Eggman, and all of a sudden, Eggman actually defeats Sonic. Sonic then gets sent to prison. Eggman takes over the whole world with Infinite in tow, and basically, it's your job to stop him. Usual Sonic-style plotline, I guess, but not a very good one, unfortunately. In fact, the game itself, to be honest with you, is a bit meh, to be honest. I mean, it's alright. I mean, the story, as I said, is a bit melodramatic. I mean, the voice acting's pretty good. I mean, come on, Matt Mercer as SBO, brilliant. I actually love Matt Mercer as a voice actor. Him as Hit, wow. I think what obviously sold this is the fact that you can create your own custom character. Basically, it's like DeviantArt the game. That's what it is. So, I got bored with this. I actually got very bored with this game after, I'll be honest, about the halfway point, and it just didn't really gel well with me. So, Sonic Forces, kind of meh. It's pretty good. It's alright, I guess. Let's pick another one. Let's pick another one down here. This one will do. Dirt 4. Dirt 4. This was okay, this one. I wasn't expecting to get Dirt again. To be honest, I haven't played it that much, but I want to play it a little bit more. They've taken some of the formula from Dirt Rally, which is the PC exclusive, which is now on PS4 and Xbox One. Basically, it's taking a more serious approach to rallying. They've done a really good job of it, I will say that. Graphically, it looks very nice. Progressively getting merry. Car selection is pretty good. To me, it's not the same Dirt that I remember personally, but yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, if you want a really good rally game, then pick up Dirt 4. You've got this. But if you want to get more serious, you've got Dirt Rally, which came out quite some time ago. I mean, it's decent enough. I mean, I quite like it. I need to really get back into it, admittedly. So let's have a look here. Next game. I'll do one more physical game at the moment, then I'll go on to some digital ones that I've been playing. Shuffle them around. You can't really see my face, but shuffle them around. This one will do. Ah yes, Gran Turismo Sport. This is fan-freaking-tastic. I love Gran Turismo. I've always been a fan of Gran Turismo. In fact, it was Gran Turismo 3 that sold me the PS2. It wasn't this that sold me the PS4, naturally, but Gran Turismo Sport. It's partnered with the FIA. You've got the official events. You've got the sport mode, which is Well, put it this way, Gran Turismo is now taking a much more serious approach when it comes to PlayStation racing. Gran Turismo 6 was a little bit more on the fun side, even though it's getting a little bit more serious. It was like a teaser of what to expect with this one. But they've done a fantastic job of this. I mean, the detail in every car that they've put in, my goodness, the crispness of every little inch perfection. I really like Gran Turismo. I've been playing it a lot more recently. I've actually got pretty decent with a controller. I'd like to play it with a wheel, but I haven't really had the time to set up a wheel or even be bothered to get out of the loft. Let's say that. But yeah, I really enjoy Gran Turismo. I actually really do enjoy Gran Turismo a lot. Yeah. What else can I say about Gran Turismo? Oh yeah, online sucks. It does. It sucks. I've seen lots of videos about it. I've only played once online, and it was actually decent racing, in all fairness. But I've seen where, for instance, you get hit by another random racer, and you lose the sports reputation or something like that. Or what was it? Sports respect or sportsmanship rating. That's it. Sportsmanship rating. You get hit by someone and you lose sportsmanship rating because someone else took you out purposely. How's that fair? So that really needs to be addressed. But overall, Gran Turismo Sport, absolutely love it. Comparing that to Forza 7 on the other hand, which I haven't got a physical copy of because I downloaded it digitally. So I've got it both on PC and Xbox One. Honestly, my personal most disappointing game of 2017. It really was. I mean, they really did try with Forza 7 this time. I mean, you've got some physical moving mirrors and windscreen wipers and even some of the cables. By the way, Slightly Mad called. They did that in 2007. Yeah, it was already done. Dynamic weather on most tracks. Not all of them, but most. Yeah. You really want to try and push your game properly, get more dynamic weather and dynamic time of day involved. I mean, don't get me wrong, the actual effects are really fantastic. Even graphically, I mean, it's the first true 4K game for Xbox One X, if you've got an Xbox One X, which I probably will be upgrading to when I get a proper 4K setup over there. But, yeah, overall, yeah, I found it really disappointing. But the worst thing I will actually get to when I've covered all the games that I've played personally, all that stuff. But there's one big subject I really want to discuss about. What's that? I'm pissed. But you know, it's just some things I want to address in terms of a certain gaming aspect. I think you might know what it might be, but you know, I just wanted to cover it. Now, obviously, I picked up Sonic Forces first, but Sonic Mania that was released in August, wow, that is awesome as a game. I mean, what they've done is basically made by someone called Christian Whitehead, and he is basically just a fan of the classic Sonic formula, and he's been actually remastering classic Sonic games for iOS and Android. But then Sega approached him and actually said, can you make a proper actual mainstream console Sonic game? And he said yes. And sure enough, we've got Sonic Mania. And it's basically taking the classic stages, like you've got Green Hill Zone, Flying Battery, Chemical Plant, all mixed into make it look like a fresh stage. I mean, there's a touch of familiar sections in each one, but the new versions of the stages are fantastic. Even the all-new stages like Studiopolis and Press Garden. Wow. Fantastic. Love it. Music's fantastic, the character designs are fantastic, the fluidity of the animations are fantastic. I think the fact that you've got a group of small numbers of people that redid the classic Sonic formula and actually made a fantastic game when you've got a huge team who actually own Sonic the Hedgehog on the whole name, and they made just a meh game. Weird that. Yeah, it's just really bizarre. But there you go. I mean, you know, Sonic Mania was fantastic. Shame about Sonic Forces. Another digital game. Actually, no. I'll get to another digital game now. Let's do another physical one. Let's do that one. Whatever I picked up. Oh, Yooka-Laylee. Yooka-Laylee on Xbox One. This is obviously it's available on PS4 and Steam as well, and it's coming to Nintendo Switch. So if you own a Nintendo Switch, that's fantastic. Basically, the whole story behind this was a Kickstarter campaign. The company is Playtonic Games. They are made up of former Rare staff, and they basically wanted to make a spiritual successor to the likes of Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and also Donkey Kong 64 and those sort of collectathon platformers. This is decent. This is a really good game. I mean, the music is composed by Grant Kirkhope, very famous, very, very, very well-known composer. In fact, he's met very significant YouTubers, like The Completionist, for example. Yeah, I thought this was a decent little game. I quite liked it. Obviously, some people really didn't like it. Some people loved it. I'm in the middle still. I actually do like Yooka-Laylee. The only problem that I had is that none of the characters, apart from Yuka and Laylee and Capital B, they're the only ones I can remember. All the other ones kind of just went, oh, there's a character, it does this, and I don't remember anything about them. That was it. That was my experience. I mean, graphically it's fantastic. I actually really like the graphics of this one. It's very cartoony. I mean, it is very nice. I mean, obviously the sort of voice overs that they do, it's very reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie. If you like Banjo-Kazooie a lot, then obviously you're going to love this. But I never played Banjo-Kazooie. I never really grew up with Nintendo consoles. I always grew up with PlayStation, admittedly. But, you know, decent fun game. I quite liked it. Let's reach in and get another game, shall we? Drunk. Actually, tell you what, I'll grab this one. I better grab this one, Need for Speed Payback. Yeah. Despite what some people do say about it, I enjoyed Need for Speed Payback. I'm still trying to play it now, but it's not on now, but there you go. You know what I mean? But yeah, this one's a little bit of a different one for me, because obviously when I played Need for Speed 2015, that was awesome. The customization was brought back properly. I mean, they've deepened the customization of this one now, where you can actually change individual parts properly instead of having like a proper kit, like a wide body kit like Rocket Bunny or something like that. You can choose to have the Rocket Bunny arches with, say, a Mazda style front bumper if you wanted to. If you wanted to add that, that's fantastic. The cops are back properly in this one, but the cops aren't properly in the game in a way. For instance, I want them in free roam. Everyone wants them in free roam. I'm sure, though, that Ghost Games will actually listen to us, the gamers, and actually go, yeah, we'll add them in. We'll do that. No problem at all. And I'm pretty sure they will do, eventually down the line. But for now, you obviously have to go through the bait crates or story missions in order to actually get cop chases, but the cop chases are completely scripted to hell. For instance, you have to go from point to point in a certain stage, and that's the only time the cops appear, really. But there is that. There's a lot more car variety. So, for instance, you've got obviously the tuner cars like the Skyline. You've got, if you can see there, the BMW M5, the all-new one, and a Chevy. Is that a Chevy Bel Air? I think it's a Bel Air. But there's a lot more car variety. So you've got more muscle cars, you've got more hatchbacks, you've got more supercars, and you've got the tuners. There's a mix, and I like a good mix of cars. Obviously, Need for Speed 2015 was more about the tuner scene. Rivals, that's it. Need for Speed Rivals was more about the supercars and the sports cars. Whereas this is a really good mix of all of those categories. It's pretty decent. If you've got a PS4 Pro, though, or an Xbox One X, do not use 4K mode, because I've heard that it's absolutely shockingly bad. So just stick to 1080p on this one, and you'll be fine. Unless you've got PC, then have at 4K, in my opinion. Before I go on to the last physical game, which I know what it is now, by the way, there's one more. I think there's one more digital game that I'd like to discuss, and that's Wipeout Mega Collection. Wipeout Mega Collection, brilliant. I love Wipeout. Wipeout is my in fact, I've got a couple of t-shirts of the Wipeout team. So I think I've got AG Systems, Pfizer, and Kyrex. Love my boys at Kyrex. They're actually my favourite team in all fairness. I absolutely love Team Kyrex. Wipeout Mega Collection, it's basically Wipeout HD, Wipeout HD Fury DLC, and Wipeout 2048 from the PS Vita put onto one game. That's really cool. And it's made by a company called Clever Beans. And Clever Beans are, well, they've done a fantastic job of Wipeout Mega Collection. The fact you've got all the ships in there, very nicely detailed, including 2 new ones for the HD and Fury stuff. So you've got Tigron, they're back, and Vanuba are back. And that's brilliant. And for the 2048 sections, you've only got 5 teams. You've got Physar, Kyrex, AG Systems, Oricon, and Piranha. But they all have different ships in each group. So you've got Speed, Agility, Fighter, and the Prototype ships. And they're brilliant fun. They've got so much variety there. And the tracks are really well done as well. I mean, I wasn't expecting... Because obviously Wipeout 2048 was a Vita game, and you couldn't only do so much. Whereas Clever Beans have taken them, given them a PS4 skin, tied up a couple of edges, put it in. And they've done a really good job of it. The only thing they didn't do a good job of, though, was the music. I'm sorry, but I really don't like the music choices here. I mean, the actual genres, they're fine. They suit the Wipeout universe quite well. But to me, the choices of the actual each bit, there's only at least 2 that I actually like listening to on there. Because originally we were promised to get classic tracks from the Wipeouts of old, like for instance you have Cold Storage from Wipeout Pure, or was it BT? Not BT as in British Telecom, but there's a group called BT from Wipeout Fusion, which I like listening to. But we didn't get that, which is a shame, because what I'd absolutely love is for them to then suddenly make a classic DLC expansion pack where you get very famous tracks from Wipeout games of old and music from Wipeout games of old. And even maybe some ship designs would be pretty cool as well. But obviously we can't really guarantee that. But I'd love them to add a classic DLC in some way. That would make Wipeout Mega Collection even better. But there was one remaster that I absolutely adored. And the reason why I got this is because it was the first game I ever played. And it got me introduced to the whole family of PlayStation and gaming as a whole. And I think you know what it is. It is Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. This is brilliant. Get it. That's all I'm going to say. And I think right now, if I look on, I'm actually going to look on Amazon to see how much this is, because I'm just really curious, because you've got 3 good Crash Bandicoot games in one go. You've got Crash Bandicoot 1, which is the first game I played. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. But although it's just called Crash Bandicoot Warped, you know, but that's all good. But I'm just gonna see how much this is now. It's £20 on Amazon. £20, and you get 3 full games with 3 platinum trophies for you to unlock. That to me is excellent value, and it's PS4 Pro compatible, so you've got the performance mode and the 4K mode if you want to. Same with like Gran Turismo and maybe some other games on there. Why was Sonic Forces included in that? I do not know, but cool. That's decent, I guess. But I'll admit, I've only played up to Crash Bandicoot 1. I haven't played 2 or 3 yet. I still need to do that, and I'm probably going to kick myself when you find out about that. Like, very much like I'm going to get kicked knowing that Forza Motorsport 7 was my most disappointing game of 2017, but that's just personal opinion, though. That's all I can say about that. But what about games that I'm going to look forward to in this year? Because obviously we're now in 2018, we've only just started, but there you go. So there's not many that I'm looking forward to personally, but I think from what I've seen, there's a couple that really have grabbed my interest as a whole. So I was going to say the third most interesting game for me is probably The Crew 2, because I didn't very much like the first Crew. It was all about that gritty revenge plotline. Probably number 40,030. I don't know. That's because that's very original. But this time they're going with a different approach where you're just some guy in the US to become the best racer in all categories. That's your goal. Go nuts with it. And in this time, instead of just cars, you've got bikes, you've got rally cars, Formula 1 races, boats, planes. I'll get that. I'll enjoy that, definitely. I quite like that idea, though, where it's just the US is your playground, pick what vehicle you want, and just go for it. I'm up for that type of game for me. Although, it was the third game that probably piqued my interest, admittedly. Let me see. What else is out? What else has been announced at E3? I'm only going off E3 announcements, admittedly. Oh yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I really need to get the first game and actually play that to understand how it works. But Ori and the Will of the Wisps looks really, really good in terms of like the music and the oil painting of visual effects. Looks really nice. But that's all I can really say about it, because I've only just seen the one trailer from E3, but that's about it. But there's not many other games that I'm really looking forward to. Well, apart from one. Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm a huge, huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I've loved the show ever since I was about probably 9 or 10. And it was when they had the Ocean dub first, then the Funimation dub. And I've just fell in love with Dragon Ball Z ever since. And the fact we've now been introduced to all the characters that's going to be included in Dragon Ball FighterZ, including Goku Black and Hit. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that game. Bar none. Actually, that's my most excitable game for this year. But it's out very, very soon. It's out at the end of this month. That's brilliant. Seriously, Dragon Ball is my bae. I've never thought I'd say that word, but that's what it is to me. So I'm looking forward to Dragon Ball FighterZ without a shadow of a doubt. But debating whether to get it on PS4, Xbox One, or PC, whatever, I don't care. It's Dragon Ball. I'm getting Dragon Ball. I've never bought a Dragon Ball fighting game before, but this will be the first fighting game, period, that I'll get. Because you've got that art style, which is done by Arxis Systems, and they're the same guys behind BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, and a couple of other games, to name a few. They've got a good resume. Believe me, they've got a good resume. Well, CV. I'm British. CV, not resume. Get it right. I think looking back as well, in terms of games that I should have played, there's only really one. That's Project Cars 2. To be honest, I should have got that over Forza Motorsport 7, to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh yeah, another game I'm looking forward to when it ever gets announced. Forza Horizon 4. Don't know where it's going to be set, but there you go. I'm reckoning either Japan or just somewhere in Europe again. It's probably going to happen. But I'm getting a feeling it's going to be Japan or the United Arab Emirates. Never thought of the UAE before, but I like it to be set there. But let's also be honest, it's not going to be set in Britain, is it? We've got too many small roads, traffic jams everywhere. It's not going to work. But yeah, that's about it in terms of games. But there you go. Definitely drinking up now. But I'm just going to go on to a couple of other things that I'm looking forward to personally for me. Obviously, recently I've been making videos on my next PC build, which is Project Red Reboot, which is going to be a Ryzen based PC system. You've probably already seen that I've got the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, and now I've also got the first storage device and the case. I finally decided on the case, which is good. Probably the next bits I'll get, it's either going to be the power supply or the cooling system. I get the feeling that the cooling system is probably going to be one of the last things, along with the graphics card, obviously, and then the other bits of storage, because obviously the M.2 SSD is not going to be the only storage in this system. There's going to be another storage system to go with it, but I'm obviously not going to say yet because, yeah, it'll ruin the surprise. But I think in terms of the cooling system, I'm going to hold on for a bit, because there's one particular cooling CPU cooler I've been looking at from Corsair that's not quite released yet, although it's been leaked quite a few times. It's even been leaked on Amazon, I believe. In fact, if I type it in now, it's called, from what I gather, it's called the Corsair H115i Pro. That's what I've got. In fact, yeah, it's been removed from Amazon now, but all they've got is the original H115 somewhere on here. Yep, there's the original one. Yep. Although I haven't got any screen capture at the moment, but I'm looking at the original one now. But they have been teasing the most recent one, which is called the Pro. And from what I've gathered from the images, it includes two ML120s, and the CPU block is actually really well designed because it's got a bit of silver around the outside and it's got more LEDs inside it. So that's going to be my next component, I reckon, when it's available. If not that, it's probably going to be the storage system or the power supply. The GPUs are going to wait. I know what GPU I'm going to get, but I'm not going to say just now. Other tech things that are going to happen. One thing that is going to happen is that my phone, I'm not going to be an Apple user this year because I've had my stint with Apple. They've been good, but now the usual problems have started to creep up on me. Software is getting slower. The battery life is now atrocious. Even sometimes just general usability of the phone is getting slower. One thing that is going to happen, one thing that I have determined though, is that the stock experience to me is the best experience. So I may end up getting, I'm really tempted to get the Pixel 2 XL, even though the controversy behind the screen and the colorization and it's one of the worst screens in any Android device, you should go for a Samsung one or this one or that one or no, I actually saw a Pixel 2 XL in person earlier in December, and I couldn't see what people are on about. I actually really like how the screen looks. So don't be too surprised if you see a Pixel 2 XL for my next phone, because I'm going back to Android recently. Because a little bit of a story behind that as well. For Christmas, I got a Google Home Mini, which is currently sitting under my TV, and I've now put all my music on Google Music. And to be honest, I've now been using Google Music on here. There's no difference in sound quality. In fact, to be honest, I can hear a little bit more detail in some of my music, which is bizarre considering that it's being streamed to my phone rather than being physically stored on the device and being played back to me. I find that really odd. I don't know about you, but it's there. But the fact that the Google Home Mini is a really good thing as well. For instance, here's a good demo. Here's a good demo for you. Hey Google, set the office lights to blue.
Okay, changing 3 lights to blue.
There you go. I absolutely love it. And also you probably have heard I've got the Philips Hue bulbs as well, so that's why they're now blue. I actually think it's really cool. In fact, I'll tell you what. Hey Google, set the office lights to green.
Okay, changing 3 lights to green.
There you go. You know, green chair. I've got a green feature wall, so kind of matches in. That's pretty good. Oh, that's actually one thing I've noticed as well. It actually creates a really good ambient effect. I actually really like that. I wasn't expecting that at all, but that's really cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, there's one thing I'm also going to do as well. That's going to happen. When I get the time, I'll be doing a new car reveal because earlier in 2017, I sold the Renault Clio, but I haven't done a car reveal of what I'm currently driving. I actually had the car since September, since that was the month I sold the Clio. Now I've got this one, but I've been wanting to do a car reveal video for some time, so when I get the time to actually do that, I will do that. And also the road to the 4K thing that I planned ages ago, that's part of the PC. At some point, I do get the feeling that the TV and my sound system is going to get changed entirely. That in turn will also change the TV stand that I've got there, which is currently an IKEA Besta. I might stick with IKEA. Well, I will stick with IKEA because IKEA are just IKEA. So there you go. But This is where I'm actually going to be brutally honest as well. My home cinema system is an Onkyo home cinema amp. Lovely amp, and lovely speakers I've got hooked up to it. They're all Q acoustic speakers. But all I've got connected up to it now is a PS4 and an Xbox One. I haven't got anything else connected to it, so I'm not utilising that system fully. So that's why I'm thinking of majorly condensing my system down to maybe a soundbar. It's a huge jump down in terms of sound quality, yes, but for convenience and cleanliness of a setup, it might be a good switch. I don't know, but you know, it's just again, it's a personal thing that I want to do. And also in terms of the car reveal as well. I know I'm flitting between random subjects, but that will happen. That will definitely happen. In terms of a camera, I might end up using my GoPro to film it because I want to do more 4K content. That's going to be one major thing that's going to be a big of a change for me. I think also in general, though, I personally found that 2017 for me was quite a sad year for my personal well-being, my actual other things as well, I'll say, but yeah, it hasn't been good for me. To be honest, genuinely, I haven't been happy. Never really have been. To be honest, I don't think I ever will be. But I've got some hopes for 2018. I really have, because let's just say I'd like good things to happen. Really. Not so much the tech, not so much the gaming, but other things. Other personal things that I really want to happen, really good things I want to happen. And one day it will happen. I'm just hopeful. I'm not optimistic. If I was optimistic, then I know it won't happen. But I'm hopeful. Just stay hopeful and it will happen to you. I've just got good feelings for 2018. I really have. Anyway, I've rambled on for too long. Cheers, everybody. Happy New Year. Hope 2018 for you is going to be good. Be merry, be happy, be faithful, be hopeful. Cheers. Ooh.